In Egypt's land, where power resides, Pharaoh's heart and defiance hides. God's warnings clear, his voice proclaimed, yet Pharaoh's pride remained untamed. Each plague did strike, a message sent to free his people that was meant. But Pharaoh's heart, as hard as stone, ignored the signs, stood all alone. Pharaoh's hardened heart, defiant strong, a nation suffering for far too long. In God's great power, the truth is clear, yet Pharaoh's pride refused to hear. The river's blood, the frog's grim plight, the locust swarm, the darkest night. Each plague did come in succession dire, yet Pharaoh's heart was cold as fire. His promises like dust and wind would break each time they did rescind. For Pharaoh's pride would never bend, a nation's cries would never end. Pharaoh's hardened heart, defiant strong, a nation suffering for far too long. In God's great power, the truth is clear, yet Pharaoh's pride refused to hear. Through hail and fire, through boils and blight, in every plague, God's might and right. Yet Pharaoh's soul would not relent. In stubborn pride, his heart was spent. The people groaned, their spirits low. In Egypt's land, their fears did grow. But Moses stood with faith unwavering. God's power known is justice savoring. Pharaoh's hardened heart, defiant strong, a nation suffering for far too long. In God's great power, the truth is clear, yet Pharaoh's pride refused to hear. The palace walls heard Pharaoh's plea, release them now, let them go free. But once the night had ceased to hold, his heart grew cold, his soul of gold. Through every plague, a message sent to free his people that was meant. Pharaoh's throne in chaos found, a nation's fate by plague unbound. Pharaoh's hardened heart, defiant strong, a nation suffering for far too long. In God's great power, the truth is clear, yet Pharaoh's pride refused to hear. The firstborn's cry in Egypt's night beneath the sky. Pharaoh's heart at last did break, but freedom's call he could not fake. From Pharaoh's lips a plea once more, let this torment end, I implore. The stubborn hearts will never bend until the final bitter end. Pharaoh's hardened heart, defiant strong, a nation suffering for far too long. In God's great power, the truth is clear, yet Pharaoh's pride refused to hear. In every trial, God's message clear, to free his people, to draw them near. Pharaoh's throne in chaos found, a path to freedom God's will displays. Pharaoh's heart in stubborn pride ignored the signs and God defied. Their spirits torn, in Egypt's night, a noonday born. For through the hail and fire's blaze, a path to freedom God's will displays. Pharaoh's heart, its stubborn pride, ignored the signs and God defied. In Egypt's land where power resides, Pharaoh's heart in defiance hides. God's warnings clear, his voice proclaimed, yet Pharaoh's pride remained untamed. Each plague did strike, a message sent to free his people that was meant. But Pharaoh's heart, as hard as stone, ignored the signs, stood all alone. Pharaoh's hardened heart, in defiance strong, a nation suffering for far too long. In God's great power, the truth is clear, yet Pharaoh's pride refused to hear. The river's blood, the frog's grim plight, the locust swarm, the darkest night. Each plague did come in succession dire, yet Pharaoh's pride was cold as fire. His promises like dust in wind would break each time they did ring would never bend. A nation's cries would never end. Pharaoh's hardened heart, in defiance strong. A nation suffering for far too long. In God's great power, the truth is clear. Yet Pharaoh's pride refused to hear. Through hail and fire, from boils and blight, in every plague God's might and right. Yet Pharaoh's soul would not relent. In stubborn pride, his heart was spent. The people groaned, their spirits low. In Egypt's land their fears did grow. But Moses stood with faith unwavering. God's power known, his justice savoring. Pharaoh's hardened heart, in defiance strong. A nation suffering for far too long. In God's great power, the truth is clear. Yet Pharaoh's pride refused to hear. The palace walls heard Pharaoh's plea. Release them now, let them go free. For once the night had ceased to hold, his heart grew cold, his soul a fold. Through every plague a message sent, to free his people that was meant. Pharaoh's throne in chaos found, a nation's fate by plague unbound. Pharaoh's hardened heart, in defiance strong. A nation suffering for far too long. In God's great power, the truth is clear. Yet Pharaoh's pride refused to hear. The final plague, the firstborn's cry. In Egypt's night beneath the sky. Pharaoh's heart at last did break, but freedom's call he could not fake. From Pharaoh's lips, a plea once more. Let this torment end, I implore. But stubborn hearts will never bend until the final bitter end. Pharaoh's hardened heart, in defiance strong. A nation suffering for far too long. In God's great power, the truth is clear. Yet Pharaoh's pride refused to hear. In every trial, God's message clear. To free his people, to draw them near. Pharaoh's throne, in chaos found. A nation's fate, by plague unbound. The people cried, their spirits torn. In Egypt's night, a new day born. For through the hell and fire's blaze, a path to freedom God's will displays. Pharaoh's heart, in stubborn pride, ignored the signs and God defied.